Welcome to this lecture. Today we are going to discuss adrenal gland. In this video, we will cover location, anatomy and physiology of adrenal gland, functions, its hormones and disorder of adrenal gland. This is a small gland that produces steroidal hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline. This hormone controls heart rate, blood pressure, regulate your metabolism and other important functions of body. There are two adrenal glands on the top of each kidneys. It's also called suprarenal gland because it's present on the renal system. Adrenal glands are composed of two parts, the cortex and medulla, which are responsible for producing different hormones. When adrenal glands don't produce enough hormone, this can lead to adrenal insufficiency. It's called Addison's disease. Here in this image, you can see the location of adrenal gland. It is present on each kidney, cap-like structure. Here you can see the internal structure of adrenal gland. It is made up of two parts, cortex and medulla. Medulla is innermost part and this outer covering is cortex part, and both part releases important hormones. Adrenal glands are responsible for producing and releasing the following essential hormones. Cortisol. Cortisol is a glucocorticoid hormone that plays several important roles. It helps control your body uses of fat, protein, and carbohydrate. It also suppresses the inflammation, regulates your blood pressure, increases blood sugar, helps in controlling sleep cycle. Adrenal gland releases cortisol during stress to help your body to boost energy and better handling of emergency situations. Aldosterone hormone. Aldosterone is a mineralocorticoid hormone that plays a central role in regulating blood pressure and the level of sodium and potassium electrolytes in the blood. Aldosterone regulates the blood pH by controlling the level of electrolytes in blood. Adrenaline, this hormone is very important. It's also called epinephrine. Noradrenaline is called norepinephrine. This hormone, also known as fight and flight hormone, it is released in a stressful situation for better handling. They are catecholamines. Adrenaline and noradrenalines are capable of increasing the heart rate, force of heart muscles contraction, increases the blood flow to the muscles and brain, and it helps in glucose metabolism. They also control the squeezing of blood vessels. It's called vasoconstriction, which maintain the blood pressure. Your adrenal gland often releases this hormone like other adrenal hormones when you are in physical and emotional stressful situation. These hormones can be categorized into two broad groups, catecholamines and steroidal hormones. Catecholamines are the group of similar substances that your body produces into your blood in response of physical and emotional stresses. The primary catecholamines are dopamine, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. The adrenal medulla, the inner part of your adrenal gland, which produces and releases the catecholamines, adrenaline, and noradrenalines. Steroidal hormones. Steroidal hormones control the metabolism, inflammation, immune system functions, salt and water balance, and it develop the sexual characteristics and ability to withstand with injury and illness. The adrenal cortex, outer region of the adrenal gland, it produces and releases glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids, and androgens, which are steroidal hormones. Medical condition of adrenal gland. There are three medical conditions: Addison's disease, Cushing syndrome, Cone syndrome. What is Addison's disease? This is a rare autoimmune disease that causes the adrenal gland to produce lower than normal level of cortisol and aldosterone. Cushing syndrome, this is a condition happens when your adrenal gland produces too much cortisol and it's usually caused by tumor and certain medication. Cone syndrome, This condition happens when your adrenal gland produces too much aldosterone. What are the early warning signs and symptoms of adrenal gland problems? Metabolism syndrome, unexpected weight gain, weight loss, fatigue, frequent high blood sugar, low blood sugar, weaknesses. Immune, immune systems symptoms, frequent sickness, infections, blood pressure symptoms, high and low blood pressure, hypertension and hypotension, sexual characteristic symptoms that affect the male and female, growing facial hairs, developing acne, having deeper voice, and becoming more muscular. Now, these are the important questions which are frequently asked in the exam. What are adrenal glands? Adrenal glands are endocrine glands that are responsible for producing important hormones required for metabolic function and stress response. Where the adrenal gland located? The adrenal gland are present above the each kidney. What are the functions of adrenal gland? The adrenal gland help in metabolism, regulate blood pressure, and responsible for fight and flight response. What are the signs of adrenal gland problems? Problems with the adrenal gland typically arises with the formation of tumor. Sometimes the tumor may influence the production of certain important hormones by either accelerating or inhibiting it.